Hello and welcome to the final Underground Treehouse episode of 2022. Woo. A podcast that discusses and reviews music of all genres. I am 1/4 your host, Ruben. Joining me as always is Marcos.
Hi.
Isaac.
Hello.
And Keenan.
What up?
And this week we're going to be giving you our top 10 albums of 2022. A very stacked year, if I do say so myself. I don't know if it's recency biasy with this podcast starting up, but this year's been stacked. We're going to have some great albums to showcase to you. No music recommendations of this week, but we are going to be doing a beer recommendation of this week. Coming from Ex Novo, it's going to be the seasonal 2022 Nevermore beer.
Yes.
This shit is special, let me tell you. 12.1%.
Shit'll make you see the devil.
We are right now.
Edgar Allan Poe himself.
She'll make you see colors, baby.
Hey, fuck a raven, bro. You see this fucking
You
can.
don't see colors normally, dog? What are you talking-
That shit more vibrant now.
Dude, it has a fucking bird on the front. This is literally some Edgar Allan Poe shit.
This is
Literally.
Tony Hawk's beer right here. This one's wheezing.
You know this shit is special because a 4-pack is going to run you $45.
Yep.
And is it worth it?
100%. 100%. The ingredients of this specialty seasonal beer is listed right here on the Total Wine description. A black barley wine brewed with smoked figs and aged in Foronado No. 4 cocoa nibs by our friends at Moonstruck Chocolates. Rich and complex with subtle chocolate, smoke, and dark fruit.
Yup.
Be real with you
This
on that one,
shit
Chief.
Be real with you.
I don't know what the fuck you just said, but that shit's on gas.
You can taste it though.
I could taste the gas, yeah.
This shit
Wait,
is
not literally,
hefty.
but it shit's good.
Non-toxic gases.
Non-toxic gas, yeah. Consensual, respectful gas.
Stupid. This shit is dark, bro, and it's complex, like it says.
What's that candy that uses, you taste it and it's 1,000 flavors? That's literally what this is in beer form.
1,000 flavors.
Yeah.
A Heath bar.
Oh no, it's the fucking it's the Heath bar. What the hell is that? It's the fucking liquor Tootsie Roll.
They don't got no
Not
1,000.
No, it's the fucking
No,
owl.
no, no, no.
It's the owl licking the fucking.
You're referencing. Yeah, it takes a
The Tootsie
Tootsie
Pop?
Rolls. Yeah,
to get
Tootsie
to the
Pops.
Tootsie Pop.
center of a Tootsie Pop.
Tootsie Pops.
It's a Tootsie Roll.
All gone.
Yeah, but isn't that the one that gives you like 1,000 flavors? Or Skittles or
No,
something?
1,000
it's
licks.
1,000 licks.
Oh, but I'm talking
Of the
about
same
candy
flavor.
that. There's different flavors, bitch.
1,000 licks, dog. What are you talking about?
Like a different hint of chocolate.
Again, the Ex Novo Nevermore. Specialty beer every winter.
Like the raven.
Like the Raven. Please get it. It is one of the best specialty beers you will come across in your whole lifetime. I can guarantee that.
And just like Edgar Allan Poe, if you drink enough of these, you'll end up dead in the street.
That fool was racist, by the way. What? He was.
Bro, dead serious. Straight look. Hands in his pocket with the one-step closer
Yeah.
hoodie on.
What was his cat's name?
I'm not gonna
No.
say his cat's name.
That was H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, that was H.P. Lovecraft,
Oh,
but
it's
I got
H.P.
the
Lovecraft.
reference.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Edgar Allan Poe.
It was H.P. Lovecraft, but I got the reference. Fuck no.
What's his cat's name?
I'm not gonna say his fucking name. The hell?
Well, you don't know it?
Say it.
You're a fake fan?
It's Adolf Hitler.
Your favorite.
That's a lot nicer than the actual
than what it
name.
actually is. Okay. Woo! We feeling good, boy. Let's get into these top 10. So the way we're going to do it is each person is going to have their own turn, but we're going to start with our honorable mentions, and then we're going to list our 10 through 5, move on to the next person, so on and so forth. And then after that, we're going to give you our 4 through 2, so on and so forth, and then we're all going to end on our number 1 album, just to give a little bit of suspense, you know what I mean?
Boom.
All right, let's get this shit started.
So I'm just going to rapid fire our honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, we'll get through them as quick as we can. We won't try to sit on them for too long.
you know how hard this was?
This is very
You know how
hard.
many-
This is very
how many
hard.
great albums came out this year?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's recency biasy with us like actually doing a podcast and listening to a lot more albums, but this year felt really special with all genres.
Yeah.
Every genre had
Yeah.
fucking bangers. do the honors, Isaac. Kick off our top 10 list.
Okay, let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So we will start out with honorable mentions, and yeah, there's a lot here. So
Run it up.
Run it up,
strap
baby.
in.
Strapped
Let's
in.
get to it.
Let's get to it.
First, Lorna Shore's album. That shit was gas. Conway the Machine's album. That was fucking gas. Next is Black Midi's Hellfire. Amazing. Chat Pile's God Country. Amazing. Soul Glow's new album. Amazing. Age, Sex, Location. Ari Lennox. Amazing. Horseshit on Route 66 by The Garden. Amazing. Show Me the Bottom.
Oh,
Let's go. Yes, show me
What?
show me that ass, bro. Drop it to the flow. Make that thing
Show
wiggle.
Me the Body new album. Amazing. Saturn's album. Amazing. I may be, in by myself on this one, but Bjork's new album. Amazing.
I seen it on a lot
Bro,
of lists
it,
too.
it made everybody's
Yeah,
list.
it made a lot
Yeah.
of people's
Not
top.
our list, sorry, but
Yeah,
no,
it made a lot of lists.
Yeah, it's a universally acclaimed album.
yeah, it is.
There ain't nothing hot about that.
Are we gonna agree on that? It's a universal.
Yeah, it's universally.
It's universally honorable mention. It's universal honorable mention.
Oh, for us,
Well,
around us,
Around the world.
yeah, yeah.
All around the world.
Everyone. I've seen a lot of lists that have it like top 5.
facts.
God,
It's definitely top 20 for a lot of people.
Yeah, and that's
So,
completely understandable.
Yeah.
Okay, so to start off my actual list, number 10, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Kendrick
Gas.
Lamar. I know it's number 10, and it may be number 10, but this album has 3 of the best songs of the year and one of the best songs of all time in We Cry Together,
Whoa.
Father Time, and Anti Diaries. Kendrick saying some of the most realest shit ever put on wax, but also making it listenable to a casual audience. You can still bump your head to your daddy issues,
Ooh,
and that's something that not a lot of artists can pull off, and that's something that a lot of artists don't even attempt to try to deconstruct. Kendrick, on so many different levels, hit so many different levels, and just proves why he's one of the GOATs of all time. Yeah, it's my first Kendrick album, but certainly not my last. My favorite song from that album had to be We Cry Together, but it's also a tie between Father Time and Anti Diaries as well.
oh, Father Time's so damn good.
Father Time is so good.
Hell yeah.
But those songs, all 3 of those songs tell different stories, and all 3 feel relatable in one way or another, and you're doing yourself a disservice by not listening to those songs. My number 9 is Fawn by a band called Foxtails. For those dedicated listeners, you know
you
we
already know
review
what's
this
up.
shit,
And they listened to our review of it.
and they listen to our review.
Shout out
so,
Foxtails.
So we're getting the cosign. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It is what it is. Humble flex. But anyways, for those who don't know, it's more of like a, I guess, emo sort of like post-hardcore type of metal, I would say. Like, it's very there's a lot of cleans and a lot of harmonies mixed with a lot of just pure straight up screams, and it all comes together in a very, very satisfying way. It's definitely a sleeper pick with nostalgic sounds combined with fresh sounds to make an album with the perfect balance, scratching an itch from my youth while also injecting me with a new sense of appreciation for a genre that I have longed to listen to for many, many years. And to me, the best song in that motherfucker is fucking Ego Death. It's the only
Oh,
song
100%.
with
Over Paper
only
Tiger?
screams. And I know it's a little unfair to pick that song because it's the only song that sounds like that. So if you want a more traditional sounding song from that album, I would go probably Barbecue, I would say.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different songs, but Ego Death, check out Ego Death. Fawn, Foxtails, number 9. Number 8 is Natural Brown Prom Queen
Sudan, baby.
by Sudan Archives. So for those who don't know, Sudan Archives, just what can I say, bro? Where do I even start? A multi-talented artist who knows no bounds. Literally, you try to put them in a box, they'll break out of that shit like the Incredible Hulk, bro. You cannot put them in a box. That's how fucking creative they are.
Facts.
Everything that they touch just becomes gold. They got the Midas touch on that shit. Nothing that I can say will do this album justice because it's like a kaleidoscope of sound from R&B, hip hop, pop, funk, and folk, and probably many other sounds. No song sounds the same, each with their own story to tell, and all with the ability to hold your attention in a way that doesn't let go. It's completely attention grabbing. Feeling like each song is worth its time. Even though some of the songs drag out, no matter what, each song deserves your 100% undivided attention. And yeah, in some points, it could be a little bit dense, but there's other parts where it just flows like a fucking summer breeze, bro. Like, I'm telling you, everything about this album is sweet, buttery smooth, funky, fucking cutting deep, and it makes you want to dance. It makes you want to cry. It makes you want to have a good ass time. It makes you want to question your life and the relationship that you have with the so-called friends around you, with the so-called relationships around you. It's a album that makes you take a look at yourself and, second guess your shit, because you know what, bro, things aren't always what they seem. And just like this album, you can like some parts about it, but it's not what it seems, bro. There's so many layers to it. Check it out for yourself. Again, no words I could say could put this album into justice. I'd have to do a full breakdown of each song and why, this, that, and the third. But for now, this little segment, check it out, dog.
We're not
want
even in
good
his top
music,
5
just
yet.
Check it out,
I know,
bro.
goddamn.
Not even his
Oh,
top 5. You're
damn.
giving that shit. God damn.
Top song for me is OMG Brit, but I'll have you know it's not exactly a faithful sound to the album. So if you want a song that sounds like what you're gonna get on the majority of the tracks, listen to a song called Selfish Soul or Homemaker. Those songs are more indicative of the entire album as opposed to the song that I picked. But, OMG Brit, that shit's a banger, dog. So you can't go wrong with that either.
Hell yeah.
So that's number 8. Number 7, Super Champion by Ototoki Beaver. That shit is straight up a Japanese punk all-female band. And if you like chaos, well, there you go, baby.
I like chaos.
This is for
Well,
you.
Strap in, motherfucker, because this shit's about to take the
I'm
fuck
strapped
off,
in.
bro. The most unhinged album you've heard this year, Japanese punk. You'll literally never hear another album like this. I'm not even a huge punk fan, but something about this one just really, really captured my attention in such a youthful and exhilarating way. Really gets my blood pumping, even though it's 18 tracks and 21 minutes long. You do the math. Best songs on that would be either Leave Me Alone, No Stay With Me, or I Won't Dish Out Salads. Number 6 is Forgiveness by a band named Girlpool. So I actually just discovered Girlpool somewhat recently, within the past month or so. Discovered their old shit. Old shit's fire as fuck. Discovered that they had an album that came out this year. Fell in love almost immediately. A buttery smooth album with a combination of older acoustic sounds and more modern experimental production for a product that totally kills both. May not be the most groundbreaking or innovative album sonically, but it totally delivers on what it's trying to give the listener, which is a chill vibe looking for a relationship. It's an album that just makes you look at yourself and look at the relationships around you, bro.
So similar to that Sudan?
Similar, but more so, this shit just makes me. It has a more visceral reaction just because the shit's a little more surface level, you know?
Okay.
Like Sudan, Sudan's like a novel, bro. Like
Facts.
everything that they make is just so deep that this is it's a little less, you know.
Mhm.
It's a little more surface value, but
Okay.
sonically it is so fucking chill. My favorite song off this album would be Country Star. Super dark, super heavy, fucking great. Check it out. My number 5 would be Preacher's Daughter by Ethel Cain.
Hmm.
For those who know who Ethel Cain is, well, fucking shout outs to you.
Hey, you don't gotta
Yeah.
say nothing.
I'm gonna give your ass a chest bump, bro. This shit's fucking hard as fuck. I call this Lana Del Rey core because
Oh,
that's
that's good.
literally
That's so good. Holy shit.
that's literally like how I picture it. Like it's Lana Del Rey seems like a big influence, but it's Lana core with the dark Midwest edge to it that really is going for a almost cottage core feel. Every fucking song feels so fucking grand. Like I'm watching someone's life fall apart right before my eyes, one beautiful note at a time. Really painting a picture for the listener to really feel immersed in this small town world. Really urge each day as each song gets longer, but also better as the track listing goes on. My favorite track from this one would be August Underground. If you guys like Chelsea Wolfe, this is straight up your alley. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This shit's dense as hell too. Like they got 7, 8, 9 minute tracks, and I know that's not exactly the most casual listen for some folks, but hey, bro, you want to hear about a girl going through the most fucked up shit in Middle America, and have it actually be relatable and sound like Lana and be dark as fuck? Say less. Ethel Cain's Preacher's Daughter.
Damn, son.
How the fuck are we gonna follow up with that?
I know.
For real.
I
You
was
guys
about
paper.
to rapid fire all this. What the fuck?
Jesus.
This dude gave it in-depth fucking detail on everything.
I gotta go pee.
We're gonna be here till fucking 1 in the morning.
For real. This is my 10 album. It's good. Okay, this is my number 9 album. It's good.
It's
For
alright.
real.
It's alright.
Fucking shit.
All
All
right.
let's start off with these honorable mentions then.
Let's hear it.
Here
Let's
we go. We got Soul Glow.
Yep.
What is that? Diaspora Problems.
Facts.
Candy. Heaven is Here. Shout out Marcos.
Ooh, that shit goes hard too.
Vane FM. This World is Going to Ruin
That
You.
goes
Yeah, it's such a good one.
Duster. Together.
I forgot that shit dropped this year.
Yup. Got BB Doobie.
Oh, fuck.
Beatopia. Shout out.
Hmm.
Destroyer. Labyrinths. We got the 1975. Being
Oh,
funny
shit,
in
I
a
was
foreign
going to-
language.
Yeah.
I was waiting to see if that hit anybody's.
Yup. We got Mitski. Laurel Hell. We got Tiny Moving Parts, the self-titled.
Mm.
We got Death Cab for a Cutie, Asphalt Meadows, and Built to
too.
Spill, When the Wind Forgets Your Name.
Damn.
I mean, I can
Nice.
keep going. But you know
Keep
what?
going.
Keep going.
Wait, this is gonna be a 3-hour podcast.
This was a great year for music. I don't know if it was just because like we do have the podcast and
Mhm.
this is what we're doing and we're paying extra, more attention, but these releases this year, they were
Bro,
really
your
good.
honorable mentions could be someone's top 10.
Facts.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, what the hell
right?
are you gonna
Man.
have? What are you gonna have in your top
Shoot.
10? Shit.
All right, starting off at number 10, I actually had to move Candy out for this one.
I think this is a good one though.
I got Chat Pile, God's
Yeah.
Country.
Let's
Oh.
go.
That's good though. That's good.
And
I can't hate on that one.
Mm-mm.
I gotta be biased. I know that was my pick this year, but this album has been on repeat all year. I've been keeping up with everything they've been releasing. They just released a new EP actually about a month ago, and everything they've been putting out, it's just so good. It's new. It's fun. It's so damn good. From Oklahoma, who would have thought? Just keep it coming. I can't wait to see what this band keeps putting out.
That lead singer's insane, man.
Yeah, he is. He got some twang in him. He has a twang song on
Yeah,
his
country
on
shit.
his on this latest EP. I don't know the name of the EP, but the boy has a whole ass country song.
Mm-hmm.
Top track. Why?
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 Sir.
Why?
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 ¿Por qué?
They're from Oklahoma. They might understand that.
Yeah. Not too
Maybe
far.
they're
off.
not too far, right?
They're not too far.
Coming in at number 9. This is probably like a top 5 band of mine of all time. Stars from Capitol Hill. This band, just good old indie indie rock from Canada, just putting it on, doing their thing since the freaking 90s. Everybody's definitely heard of them. I mean, their music is everywhere. Like, even if you don't know them, you've definitely heard their music one place or another. You probably heard it in Scott Pilgrim the movie. You probably heard their side bands, Broken Social Scene,
Black Sheep.
Metric. So Metric's part of Broken
Jesus.
Social Scene. That's also has some members from Stars.
Ooh.
Stars has their connections all over the music industry, and it's
like
you,
Pablo
you hear their
Escobar.
sounds everywhere.
When I think
Ooh.
of that band, I think of Pablo Escobar. You're very right. On
But the Canadian Pablo Escobar, what the fuck?
The nicest drug lord.
They got zebras and lions in the recording studio.
Top track being Pretenders, and that's Stars from Capitol Hill. Coming in at number 8, I think this is gonna make everybody's top 10.
It is.
Coming at you with Black Country New
Oh, no.
Road. Ants from up there. What do you mean? Oh no.
That's not in my top 10.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Boo this man.
Ooh, kick him out. Number 8, Black Country New Road. Ants from up there. What can I say about this album? This album was actually, I think I even wrote in my notes when we reviewed this album that this was probably going to be contender for album of the year.
Yeah.
And it was up there. But honestly, like the replay value after we did the review kind of went away.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't rediscover it again until about like 3-4 months after.
Oh, okay.
And so that's when it came back to me. But this album was sitting nice at number 1 for the first half of the year, especially as of late. Like, just been going back to it. I think once like the weather got colder, this album was just so comforting. It's perfect to just throw on
Mm-hmm.
your brand new hoodie that your best friend gave you from fucking Mexico and just
drug
sit in
lord.
a fucking shed and record a podcast with your fucking friends. This is the album you're gonna play in the background.
Shout out Marcos.
Shout out Marcos.
Shout out Marcos.
You're
Top
welcome,
track.
ladies.
Shout out Marcus from the Valley.
Marcus from the Valley. Top track. Good Will Hunting.
Oh, that's a good pick. Not expecting that.
It is a good song. And a
What do you mean
movie.
not expecting that? That was my number 1 pick when we did the review, boys.
Oh shit, it was, huh? Fuck.
Wow, do you even listen to the Underground Treehouse
no.
podcast, bro?
Yeah, I listened to it about
Hey,
1,000 times. Trust me.
He's over it. He's over it. As soon as we posted it, he was done.
Yeah, as soon as it's uploaded, I'm like, fuck this. I'm not listening to this shit again.
Yep, Good Will Hunting. All right, coming in at number 7, shout out to Isaac.
Yep.
Saya Gray, 19 Masters.
Oh,
That's a good one.
shit.
This album is long, and that's my only gripe about it, is it's long. But you know what? It's worth every minute.
Facts.
So even if you've never heard of this artist, like all of us, this is a must listen.
Do we know how long it was again? I forgot.
Long, 19 tracks.
I know, but
Long.
it turned out to be like an hour still, right?
It was close to an hour, if not an hour.
19 tracks is a lot, but I mean, majority
Yeah.
of the albums we listen to is still an
No,
hour.
that's fair. It just felt like it really carried. Cause even us, we even said in the podcast, like there was a lot that could have been just like cut out.
true.
Because she has like a lot
Yeah.
of like the instrumentals and just like the,
Right.
you know, not dead space, but just like a lot of like silence.
Mhm.
But I mean, that album beginning to end is amazing. And I'm actually a little upset with myself for not making it a little higher than what it's at. But that just goes to show we have a lot of great releases this year.
Facts.
So number 7, Saya Gray, 19 Masters. Top track being SHT, Silent Hot Tears, or Send Hot Tempura.
Shout out Haji.
Shout
I was
out
literally
Haji.
about to say
I
that.
knew you were gonna say.
Fucking
I was
love
waiting. For you.
Haji, bro.
Damn.
That's the only reason why I should be in the top 10 is because it has a feature from Hajo.
And shout out to Isaac, because she would not be on this list if it wasn't for you, big dog.
I got you, babe.
Woo. But also shout out to you too, because
Number 6.
I also got
Dorian
another artist.
Electra.
No, I got another.
chill
Oh, my bad,
chill
my
out,
bad.
chill out. No,
I do have another artist who is top 3. 'Cause shout out to Isaac.
Oh.
We'll get there. Stay tuned.
get
Stay
there, we'll
tuned.
get
We're almost there. We're almost
Hold
there.
on, Lay. You hearing this, folks?
Number 6. Number 6 is The Always. Blue Rev. Great Canadian, another Canadian band. Canadian indie pop rock. So fun, so catchy. The theme of that album is fucking toxically great. It's so toxic, but it's great.
Meaning what?
She's
Toxic cow.
She's just very toxic. Like
Mm.
if I can't have it my way, it's it.
As
the
she
world's
should,
over.
queen. As she should, queen.
Oh God.
As she should, queen. Period.
Word. That was the Always Blue Rev top track after the earthquake. Go listen to it. Find out why. So catchy, so good. Can't wait for the summer to blast that song.
Money.
All right,
Bags
coming in at number 5,
in my pocket.
Camp Cope. Camp Cope running with the hurricane.
Okay. Yep.
From Australia. These girls, it's a 3-piece female. They're a rock band, bro. They're so good. So good.
Digger. Sorry, go ahead.
That's it.
I don't know the lyrics, but the song "Digger" by Camp Cope, that shit make my dick hard, bro. That shit is fucking gas.
Bro, so good. I don't even know how to. You just got to go check it out for yourself. Just great indie pop rock. Bro, female fronted, female led. All the members in the band are female. So good at everything
100.
that they do.
Girl power.
Please come to New Mexico. Please. God, we're waiting. We've been waiting to see you guys.
We can
I
only
actually
hope.
want tickets to go see them in Seattle,
Had
and
to
we
give 'em
couldn't
away.
make it. Had to give them away.
Ooh,
Couldn't even make it.
Pissed.
Puss.
Matt, top tracks. Say the line, Caroline. Get on it.
Did you do that on purpose?
What?
Did you do that on purpose?
I didn't.
Say the line, Caroline? Or is that the name of the song?
That's the name of the songs.
Oh, I thought that was 2 separate songs.
You're doing great. It is
Fuck.
2 separate songs.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's Say the
Okay,
Line and Caroline.
That's what I mean.
Oh, it is 2 different songs.
It is 2
Yes.
different songs. Oh, fuck.
You're doing great, babe.
You're doing great, baby.
My bad, my bad.
So yeah, my turn. Top 10 honorable mentions, I guess, right? Whatever. What are we doing? Top 10 honorable mentions.
Our top 10 honorable mentions. That's what we're doing.
Oh, so honorable mentions is Black Country New Road. That shit goes hard, but everything that's off my honorable mentions is something that I couldn't list, that I had in rotation for like a week and a half and didn't go back to. But I know and I appreciate the art and the criticism behind it, because they are usually a really impactful album.
Mhm.
So, and they put a lot of work into it, and I could appreciate the music
Mm.
because it's really that fucking good. It's like, walking into a museum, you stare at the Mona Lisa, but do you really like want to have the Mona Lisa as your wallpaper on your iPhone? No, I want to have Broly going Super Saiyan on 100.
I want Gohan going
That-
Super Saiyan 2. I don't
That's
want
true,
Broly.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's
I don't
true.
want Broly. I want
That's true.
Gohan.
But you know what
that
I
was
mean?
kind of hard.
That's
Wait,
kind of
that
hard.
was
bro.
hard as fuck.
That's kind of
But you know what I
God
mean?
damn,
Like,
I
you
got
could
you. I got
appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
I just didn't like your reference, all right? I'm sorry.
That's true.
I'm sorry.
So, honorable mentions: Black Country New Road,
Sick.
Tribal Gaze, the nine
Sick.
choirs. I saw them live, fucking amazing, and wanted a T-shirt from them so bad. But that's been on my honorable mentions list for a while too. Black Midi is obviously there. Kendrick,
Yeah.
Sick.
Kendrick, Anxious,
Sick.
so close
Let's
to making
go.
my top 10.
Oh, shit.
Vex Hardcore. Oh, I want to put it in my top 10 so bad it
Yo.
can be, but can put me on Vex HC. Listen to that EP. That shit goes dumb hard. I'm just sticking with what I came up with already. So
100%.
a lot more. SZA on there. Maybe if it came out a little earlier in the month, I probably would have listened to it more. But
Yeah,
SZA,
that's it's
obviously.
long, but it's good.
it's long, but it hits. It hits. Honorable mentions go on for a while. So let me just jump into it really quick. Oh,
Good shit.
I have to. Come on, Beyonce and Taylor Swift. They have to. Come on.
Yeah.
Both of them, both of them.
Yup.
Sabrina Carpenter, obviously too.
Yup.
Oh, I was
Yo,
waiting
you
for
hyped
that.
her up
Yeah,
hard, too.
Yeah, but it's just I was hyping it up for a whole 2 weeks, and now my top 10 is stuff I listened to for longer than like a month. So
That's how it goes.
just how it goes. But those three right there, queens as they should. Top 10. Start off with the top 10, the 10 album of my top 10 list, and that 10th album is The Devil Wears Prada, Color Decay. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, right? Color Decay.
Yeah.
Goes dumb hard. Yeah, so I was super stoked when they dropped this album, because I loved the singles that came out with it, and honestly, vocally, sonically, it hits perfectly fine. A little bit more experimental than old school The Devil Wears Prada, but they did it in a fucking amazing fucking way. Holy shit, like it literally slaps. The cleans are soothing to the ear sonically, like it hits a good eargasm for you. So
Damn.
yeah, dude, it does. Like his vocals and the riffs on there, are just amazing, spectacular. So they didn't disappoint with going a little bit out of their of their uh of their way to try to experiment with something else.
Yeah.
So that's my 10th one. Number 9, Conway the Machine. Gods don't make mistakes, as he didn't with this album and
Fuck
birthing
no.
Conway the Machine.
Whoo.
Yes, because this shit is the nastiest, darkest, gloomiest, evil ass, fucking grimiest, gloomiest East Coast fucking album that's I've heard in a while. So out of the Griselda members, for sure, Conway, I think, in my opinion, has the best album of the year. That shit was on repeat for a fucking while, man. It still is on repeat for a while when I want that East Coast fucking grime with bars and making me feel fucking, honestly, depressed in a way. Fucking, that shit hits,
Well, he had
bro.
that song "Stressed."
Yeah.
And that song.
And
was-
Guilty, I think. Yeah, Guilty.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah.
This shit was hard.
Shit goes hard. The features don't miss. He has a feature on there with Rick Ross and Lil Wayne.
Shit is gas.
Gas, man, gas. And his songs are long too, which I like. Like, they're long. They're like either 3.5 to 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So
For a hip hop song, that's
Yeah.
forever, bro.
Facts.
and especially it's usually ones by himself too, where he just fucking goes off.
Goes the fuck off. No, I was just gonna say something real quick. You're completely right. Yes, all the Griselda members dropped, projects this year, but bro, that Conway, bro, the machine,
And that was like the first Griselda drop this year too.
Yeah.
And
nobody
he
could top
still
that.
held it down.
Exactly.
And he still fucking showed out.
Yeah.
And he didn't show his ass. He fucking stood there 10 toes.
Yeah.
Facts.
With Steelies on. That man's so smooth he could moonwalk with steel toe boots on.
Timberlands
Timberland Steelies.
It is New York.
from
yeah.
New
know
York,
what
from
I'm
East
saying?
Coast. Yep. So it is also what I think, in my opinion, out of the Griselda albums, that elementally wise and I think theme wise, all flows from the first to the last track.
Mhm.
Like every beat sounds very similar but very different in a way, and it's fucking amazing. So it keeps you like, the whole project is very cohesive through and through.
All of them
Facts.
are East Coast, but none of them sound like repetitive
Nope.
or derivative of each other.
Nope.
Yeah.
So that's what I liked about it too. It's unfortunate that we couldn't see him, Ruben, or who else was gonna go. But me and Ruben were
Damn.
pretty stoked to see
I
him
know,
in
fucking
concert.
canceled, motherfucker.
Yeah, that would have been dope as fuck to see him perform this album. That is my 9th one, Conway the Machine. God don't make mistakes, and my favorite song off that is Guilty. Number 8, Cheat Codes, a very underground 90s hip hop feel coming from
Yeah.
the legendary Black Thought
Yep.
and Danger Mouse.
Dude.
That shit was a sleeper, honestly. Honestly, I didn't even know this was happening in the works. So when I saw it on TikTok trending on there, I'm like, yo, I need to check it out. And did not disappoint, because that shit goes hard. That if you love underground hip hop, I will 100% recommend checking it out. And also because they have a fucking verse there from the legendary MF Doom himself, R.I.P. the legend.
Facts.
Yep. That song is it's my favorite track off the whole album. It's called Belize,
Mhm.
Bezel, Belize.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the one with MF on it.
yeah, that's the one at MF. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you want that whole if you want some nice rhymes, some good ass fucking sound engineering, some good beats, because Danger Mouse doesn't disappoint.
Hmm.
He's a mastermind behind the fucking keystrokes, and the beeps and bops and the 2s and 4s.
Woo!
So that's number 8. Number 7 goes to my baby boy, is Lupe Fiasco. Yeah, drill music and Zion. Kanye West would be it, bro, but I have to drop that. I have to get rid of all that.
Oh, he's
full
done, bro.
He's done. He's not my top 10 artist no more. He's completely completely gone off the road.
Goddamn shame.
So Lupe takes in that spot because I have 100% bias towards this guy, because he's underrated and he is one of the best Street Fighter players in the goddamn world.
Really?
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is he
That's
ranked?
hard.
Yeah, he's one of the best Street Fighter players in the world.
Who does he main?
I don't know who he means. I don't
Oh.
really. I'm a Tekken guy.
Oh,
I'm
I
a
got
Tekken
you.
and
I got
MK
you.
guy myself,
Okay,
but
okay.
I know that he was in tourneys and he's won a couple of tourneys too in his lifetime. So
Crazy.
he's one of the best.
But this album is fucking
Yeah.
gas.
But
dude.
this album front to back too, he spits, man. It gives me that Tietzu and Youth vibes again, bro. Like him flowing off some fucking Galleria beats and shit. Like smooth too, dude. Smooth.
Facts.
He has Miss Moral, the sequel to Moral, the song off Tetsuan Youth,
Oh yeah.
and he has Naomi. Naomi is my favorite track off the album, but it's a simple 10-track, 11-track album, so it's not too long like his other albums. So it really hit, and he even has some trap, like it's a mixture between like art beats, Galleria beats, and drill. That's why it's like drill music in Zion. Like you really
Yeah.
get that fucking whole feel.
Yeah, and then like the name of it, drill music in Zion. I was expecting a lot more drill, like
Yeah.
trap type beats, and you don't get a lot of it,
No,
honestly. But what
but-
you do get is fucking really good.
Yeah. My sixth one for sure is Pain Remains, Lorna Shore.
Yep.
Soulless Extinction is one of my favorite art tracks off of it, but Jesus Christ, the embodiment of deathcore, hardcore and death metal put together. I think this album represents that the fucking most.
Damn.
Literally is Will Ramos, his fucking vocals from the first to the last track off the fucking album is so goddamn gut wrenching. Where you're just like, Jesus, this is fucking amazing. Yeah, dude, I think it's the
The
definition of deathcore.
definition.
High praise, God.
Deathcore.
Damn.
Especially modern deathcore, I guess. You know, if you want me to be a little bit more specific, this is the album. I had it on repeat for a while. Still go back to listen to a couple of tracks, but
Bro, those self-titled tracks are hard.
yeah, they are stupendous.
How many are there? Like 3 or 4?
4, I think.
4. I think the first 3. The first 3 are like the hardest,
Yeah.
personally.
My fifth one would be a eulogy for those still here. Counterparts. Come on, bruh.
Yes.
Come on, bruh. Let's go. This Counterparts did not disappoint when it first came out, so I had this shit on repeat. I still have it on repeat. From the moment of that opening track, which they changed it, I'm pretty sure. Because it was Whispers of Your Death, but now it's I think now it's 7/26/2020. But I could have swore it was Whispers of Your Death as the first track, but who knows? But still, the 7/26/2020 is still a good intro song. So, but I had some hard times this year, especially when this album came out. So, put me in my fucking feels. Made me want to 2-step at the gym and cry my eyes out at the same time. Very emotional album, and that's why it's on my top 10 because it's pulled on my heartstrings and makes me want to go back to it because I feel those same emotions whenever I get sad. Favorite song is Whispers of Your Death because that intro to that song is just so fucking gut-wrenching. It's amazing. But yeah, that's my top 10 through 5 for right now, and then we'll get into my 4th through 1 here in a bit.
So when I was going through my list, I listed all the albums that I was listening to repeatedly throughout the whole year, and it came out to 30 albums.
Yep.
So I figured I'll
Sounds
just
about
do my
right.
top 15.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I could really do a top 30 of the year. There was just way too much to go through. But I'll go ahead and I'll do my top 15, and the first 5 are going to act as my honorable mentions. So I'll just try to go through those a little bit quicker.
Also, we gotta say, this man was rearranging his list all the way up until recording,
The final hour.
literally contemplating whether or not certain artists were gonna make his top 10 or not. In which we look over and he's scribbling out his top 10 and like his 13th album, rearranging them. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he did that like twice,
It was
I-
literally to the last minute. He literally just
all the way up.
I
literally
just
to the
didn't
last-
out, dude. I can't. I was going crazy trying to figure this shit out. And one of my top 10s moved to actually number 12 now. So
Ooh,
yeah,
let's hear it.
it got a little stressful there at the end, but I think this is as close to perfect as we're gonna get.
But make sure to let us know which ones was swapped out for which.
I got you.
We want to know that.
I got you. So, all right. Coming in at number 15 is Hellfire by Black Midi, prog / post rock at its finest. This album is just absolute chaos in the best way. I remember when we reviewed it, I was saying I didn't know if it was going to stand up to the test of time. It actually did a lot
Oh,
better.
yeah, it did.
Not top 10 for me, but it's still amazing nonetheless. Number 14 is H-Sex Location by Ari Lennox. Fucking again, like beautiful R&B pop. Oh my God, Ari Lennox has one of the smoothest voices out right now. Super exciting artist, and this was a really good album that I felt like flew under the radar for a lot of people.
Great instrumental choice on that album as well.
100%. Everything is super smooth. Shout out to Isaac for putting it on his honorable mentions as well. Number 13 is going to be the album Hugo by UK rap artist Loyal Carner. Really, really good. Super introspective, soulful type of hip hop. His accent might be a little tough to get through the first time you listen to him, but I can tell you it's well worth it. Number 12 is going to be Ramona Park Broke My Heart by Vince Staples.
That's crazy.
That's, that one stayed where it was at. I'm not going to lie. That one didn't move. But it's great. Dude, it almost made my top 10. It was tough, but I mean, Vince Staples has proved that he is like one of the dopest MCs around, and he can play with the different genres of hip hop. And he had the self-titled EP that was just like real West Coast boppy. Like I've never
2021.
Yeah. So that came out last year, and then he stretched that out to a full like 15, 16 track album, and it still sounded good. Him on Mustard Beats is something I would have never thought would have like meshed so well. So shout out to Vince for that, man. That was super dope. And then coming in at number 11 is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick. Whew. This is the one that I was having a hard time taking on my top 10, and I finally did it the last minute. But what else can be said that hasn't been said already? You know, the topics are super introspective, they're hard hitting, and it sounds good. I mean, what more could you ask from a hip hop artist? So, coming at number 10 is going to be Dreaming Eyes by River Tiber. So, River Tiber is one of my favorite artists of all time. He's very like lo-fi, psychedelic, kind of trip hop sounding, multi-instrumentalist, so he's always adding layers to his beats and to his songs. And this album dropped super late. It dropped December 9th. So just a couple weeks ago.
And it already made your top.
And it already made my top 10. I will say there's only one disappointing aspect about this. It's 10 tracks, but 5 of them have already been released. And like 3 of them have already been out for like 2 years. And then the other 2 released this year. So I've replayed the shit out of those songs. So by the time it came out, once I saw that they take up half the track list, I was like, fuck. Like, they're good, but
it wasn't fresh.
But it wasn't fresh, exactly. And
it not being fresh still made your top 10.
Exactly. I had to sit back and think like, okay, even though it's not fresh, it's still really good, you know? So I don't know if any other like long-term River Tiber fans have that same issue that I do, but I really had to step back and just think like, no, it's still really good. If you like your music very surreal, very trippy, very psychedelic sounding, River Tiber is right up your alley. He's like your artist's favorite artist. He's sampled by Kendrick on Mr. Morale. He's collabed with Daniel Caesar. He's just fucking all over the place, and his solo work is just as good. So my favorite song off of that is going to be Taurus. And Taurus was one of the ones that released this year, but he redid it for the album. And the album version is way better. Both are good, but I'm glad that he at least put a new spin on that track. Number 9 is going to be Few Good Things by Saba. Great Chicago artist. I've always been firm in my stance that the South and Chicago have always taken over hip-hop. It's never been an East Coast or West Coast thing. It's always been in the South and the Midwest. And Saba is just a testament to that shit. I know that's a hot take. Isaac, cut that shit out. But Saba, and this was an album that I think has really flown under a lot of people's radars. Whether it's flown under their radars or whether it's like it's too old because this released in February. So I don't know if people just didn't listen to it or if it just wasn't acclaimed as much as I think it should have been. I don't know what the deal with this is. I haven't seen on anybody's list, but this is a great fucking album. Super introspective, very soulful. Saba just proves to be one of the most versatile MCs out right now. And his last album, Care For Me, is going to be considered a modern classic. And this is as close to that as you're going to get, I think. Favorite track off of that is going to be track 7 Still with Black and Smino. I don't know. I can't sing enough praises for this album. It's amazing. Coming in at number 8, shout out to Isaac, 19 Masters by Sire Gray. Woo! This was a 9 out of 10 for me, and it still stays a 9 out of 10. This was a very, very big surprise for me. You know, I've never listened to Sire Gray. I really didn't know what I was expecting with this album. And like I had said in our review of it, it surprised me in just the best way possible. She is like one of the most interesting artists out right now, and the fact that this is her debut album is so fucking impressive. I don't even know where she can go from here, you know, but also I don't worry about where she's going to go from here because she's proved how fucking talented she is. Similar to River Tiber, and I actually referenced River Tiber in our review of her. Very surreal, very dreamlike. She's super fucking dope, man. I can't wait to see what she comes out with next. My favorite track off that is Little Palm, and I gotta give a shout out to SHT.
Yo.
SHT is so fucking good. All right, coming in at number 7 is gonna be Chloe and the 20th Century by Father John Misty. This one was surprising from what I got from like the general public's perception of it. I was reading a lot of this being like his worst album. I was reading that from a lot of people. And I was surprised to hear that because I think this is one of his dopest, and I think this is one of his most innovative. There's a lot of influence all over this. There's a lot of like bossa nova. There's a lot of like 70s songwriters, like very reminiscent of like Jim Croce and like Gordon Lightfoot. There's a lot of like swing, like jazz, soul incorporated in this. I can't see how anybody thinks this is like bland. And I understand like Father John Misty is a very out of the box type artist, but I think this album just personifies that perfectly. It made my top 5 at the mid-year, and it just came out of the top 5. It's 7 now, but I couldn't bump it out of my top 10. Number 1 song for me is gonna be Goodbye, second track.
Ooh.
But oh, and I will say this might sound weird because it's at number 7. It's a little bit higher up. He has a song Q4. I hate that song. But with the rest, but the rest of the album is so good. I can overlook that blemish. Coming in at number 6 is going to be the jazz album Coast by the supergroup Butterfly Quintet. Like I said, they're a supergroup out of Denver, Colorado. I really don't know what really to say about it other than that it's pretty much jazz electronic fusion at its finest. This is literally, when I say a supergroup, it is a supergroup. These dudes perfect that blend of the genres, man. It's amazing. They did a fucking set at the Denver Meow Wolf, and I'm pissed. Why couldn't they have done that shit here in Santa Fe? I don't know. Hopefully they'll. I know. God damn it. Maybe they'll come by. But either way, this is an amazing album. Something I'll be playing for a very, very long time. My favorite track is going to be Coast, the self-titled song. And at number 5, to round out my 10 through 5 list, is going to be King's Disease 3 by Nas. Nas and Hit Boy.
Sent this to us the other day,
I
too.
have not had the chance to listen to this.
Dude,
That shit's hard.
it's fucking hard. I don't know what Hit Boy is doing with Nas. Nas is damn near 50. How the fuck is he still rapping like this, dude? And
I think the second one or the first one, King Disease 1 or 2,
Yeah.
was one where I thought he fucking snapped too. So obviously the
Dude.
third one is
And-
nice. I'm hearing you say this.
100%. They've done 4 albums. So they've done the King's Disease 1 through 3, and then they have Magic. And I think this is the best out of the 4 that they've done.
Damn.
Honestly.
Really?
It's fucking amazing, dude. And what's dope about Nas is like what a lot of these older hip hop artists tend to do is like they tend to get stuck in their ways, right? They tend to get stuck in the 90s sound and the boom bap sound. And the fact that Hit Boy has been able to come through and give him these modernized soulful beats, you know, there's some boom bap in there, but to give him these fucking hard-hitting trap beats too, like it's obviously done something to Nas where he's like revitalized his career essentially. He's always been criticized for having bad beat selections. Fuck no, you ain't gonna get that shit with Hit Boy, and it's counting. And King's Disease 3 is the epitome of this shit, man.
This came out early this month, huh?
No, it came out November, I think.
Oh, it's close, but still,
Very close.
I've
very
been
close.
seeing it on a lot of top 10 lists too.
Yeah, and rightfully so. It's amazing. I am very impressed with what Nas is doing. Hit Boy is obviously bringing out the best in him, and I can't thank him enough for this, dude. If they bring out more, I'm 100% here for it.
Yeah.
If not, they've released classics, and I do not think, considering King's Disease 3 one of the top 3 Nas albums of all time, I don't think that's a stretch at all. I think it's one of the
What?
best things he's ever dropped.
Wha-
Yeah.
What?
It's just listen to it.
I
Just
have
listen
to. Yeah, I
That's
have
good
to. I
guess.
have to.
It's fucking
to.
insane.
I'm sorry. I'm been stuck on Vex hardcore, bro.
Yeah, get back on this 90s shit, bro. But yeah, King's Disease 3 by Nas. Top track for me is gonna be Hood by Hood, but I want to give a shout out to 30. Back to Isaac. Now we're gonna
4
be
to
rounding
1.
out our 4 to 2.
4 to
Okay.
2?
Hey, don't get ahead of yourself, boy.
So my number 4 is The Forever Story by J.I.D. Bro, J.I.D. a man who can make a whole album with lyrical topics, but also make bangers at the same time. I know I said the thing about Kendrick made a whole album about this conscious hip hop, but made it relatable to people. Nah, dog. Yeah, okay, well, yes, dog. Okay. Kendrick did do that.
Wait.
Yeah. Chill, chill, chill. But also, yes, Kendrick did do that. I'm not going to, take that away from him. But JID takes it to the next level. So, for those who listen to hip hop, you guys know what I mean. You know that fast rap. Bro, that shit sounds so fucking annoying, bro. Because it always sounds so fucking boring, so fucking preachy, and so fucking pretentious. JID wakes up in the morning, stretches, opens his eyes, and just starts spitting, bro. JID literally comes with that fast flow so fucking often and so fucking casually that it makes me wonder, does this man miss? Does this man miss? No, he fucking does not. That's a bucket after bucket after bucket. Makes any song worth paying attention to in a very focused way. But also can fucking rap his ass off in the most obnoxious way that makes you want to fucking bang your head. I mean, really. His style of rap usually comes across as preachy when it's done by other rappers. When it's done by Jid, you just respect the talent. You just respect the flow, and you respect the lyricism. So many good beats, so many tremendous flows, all coming from one brain. So talented. I've said so much about this album, but really all I could say is that JID just proves yet again that he's a multifaceted artist who can do so many different things and do it so seamlessly. This man is a walking cheat code. My favorite song off the album is Cody
bars.
Blue 31. For those who fucking listen to the album, they know what song that is. That's the motherfucking R&B Jid singing his fucking ass off song. And I know that's not the typical sound of the rest of the album, but dog, you're telling me a man who could spit that well, have that much good verses and that much good hooks and that much good lyricism, can also sing? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that man can sing, and he does it well. But if you want a song that sounds more like the rest of the album, just listen to Crack Sandwiches or Just in Time featuring Lil Wayne.
I will throw Radar in there though.
And Radar.
That
And
beat.
Radar. And Radar. And Radar. And Radar.
Like you said.
And surround sound.
And the whole album.
And the whole album. And the whole. I literally picked the one R&B song, but I don't give a fuck. That's my favorite song. Number 3 is Topical Dancer by Charlotte Adijeri and Bolis Pupil. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Crucify me in the comments if you want. Either way, dog, whether you get mad at me for the incorrect spelling or not, that shit goes fucking hard. If you know what this is, this shit goes fucking hard. It's a bit of a curveball, yes, but I have this funky EDM ass dance album in my top 10. Yes, I know I don't normally listen to this type of music, but every song is so catchy and makes a great effort at making all these beats so fresh and really connecting to a EDM sound. But also, what I mean by connecting is that it makes a really fun dance album connect in a way that's just like casually and easy to listen to. But also, if you just want to really deep dive into this album, you can. There is a surface level fun, and there's a deep level connection to this album that could be made on both levels. So really, anybody who listens to this album can get something from it if you enjoy this,
What
topic of music.
What nationality are these artists?
I'm pretty sure they are Dutch.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure they are Dutch.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense.
This whole album is very it's really funky, really Eastern European EDM, really just unique, bro. Like I mean, there's really no one label I could slap on this to make it easy to digest. Like there is no one Band-Aid label that I could just put on this except for fun. This album is fun. I mean, fuck, dude. My favorite song on the album is called Ha Ha, and the whole album is just the woman laughing in different samples and in different pitches with like very minimal lyrics. I mean, that is, a different song from the rest of the songs on the album, but that just goes to show that even a song of just laughing can be my number one. That goes to show how great this album is. And the fact that you could shake ass to a woman dancing,
A woman
the fact that
laughing.
you could shake ass to a woman laughing just goes to show how good this fucking album is. Give it a shot if you like to have a good time. Give it a shot if you want to have a shot and fucking do a backflip off your homie's forehead. Check it out. It's great.
As you should.
God
As you should.
damn.
Gang. 2 pick is 19 Masters by a little artist named motherfucking Saya Gray.
I'm so
Learn
glad-
the name, respect the name, keep that name in your mouth. Because you know why? Because you're going to be saying that name when other people talk about it. And you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I know Saya Gray. Because we put you the fuck on.
I ain't nothing but facts.
Yeah, I'll
God
take
damn
that
it.
actually. But I am glad
No, but
one of
fact.
us put her in her top 3.
There's a YouTube channel called Colors. And they do pretty much not remix, but re-enhance songs by artists. And they just up their production value, essentially. Saya Gray was on that. And I was like, okay, let me check this out. Click on it. Boom. Check it out. Loved it. Loved her appearance on Colors. Ended up realizing that she uploaded a full album in my complete absence. Had no idea. Was completely dumbfounded. And sideswiped by her album. Ended up it being one of the greatest albums of the year. Saya Gray. If you like smooth, eccentric, deep, just overall rich, enticing music, you'll like this. Okay, maybe I'm overgassing him. Maybe just a
You're
little
not.
bit. Maybe just a little bit. I mean, he
No,
said
no,
not, so
no,
I'm
no.
gonna keep that. But point of the story, Saya Gray is one of the greatest artists this year. I love her so much. Everything that she touches turns to gold. She has the Midas touch. That motherfucker literally kills everything. I literally listened to one song and was like, oh, this is cool. Listen to it a couple more times. One of my favorite tracks of the entire year. Like, everything that she touches is so fucking good. Just to kind of reel it back in a little bit, she's very art pop, experimental, but in a very R&B, very soulful way. She's very soulful.
Right.
Everything that she does it from the fucking corazon, bro. Everything that she says is straight from the heart. Everything that she does is straight from the soul. Like, there's no fillers tracks on this album. There's a lot of tracks on this album, you know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe we don't need every
Got
fucking
19,
track.
God
But-
damn.
But the good songs are great. The bad songs are good. And there's no bad songs. And because of that, this is my number 2 album of the year, Saya Gray. She is a god amongst men. She fucking turns water to wine. She could moonwalk with steel toe boots on. Fucking love that chick. Shout out to her. Saya Gray.
Bro,
Gang.
He had his hand up.
I was waiting for you to call me. This
Shout
is
out
her
to Keenan.
first album.
And this
This is her
Exactly.
first release. Like Ruben said, this is her first release. And to come out swinging like she did,
Yep.
Shit
and
don't even make sense.
to make, seriously, like any major, newspaper or magazine or just
Any
music,
impact in general.
just, bro, anything that puts out music, everybody who made a list, she's on this.
Yeah, I was about to say, I have seen her on a lot of lists. Not top 5, but I have seen her top 10. I have seen her top 10 a lot.
I don't know if it was Stereo Gum.
I think it was Pitchfork.
It was not
It
Pitchfork.
wasn't
Was it?
Pitchfork, but there was one publication that had her #1 overall.
What?
Yeah.
Number one? Really?
I can't say I remember who it is. We said Stereo Gum. I don't know if that's true, but there was at least one place that we saw where she made the #1 album of the year.
My number one track. I mean, it's a
Haji.
fucking single. I'm
Haji.
sorry, but Saving Grace. Holy shit! You want a song that'll fucking talk to your soul, that'll also make you fucking dance your ass off, that'll also make you fucking feel like you've just taken 5 grams of psilocybin mushrooms? Saving Grace.
Coming in at number 4,
Go off, King.
we got the first and only hardcore album in my top 10. That's exactly how you're gonna feel when you listen to this album.
Okay.
We got Mind Force.
Oh, it was New Lord.
New Lords.
I knew it. What the hell? Come on.
New Lords by Mind Force. Shout out
I
Marcos for this
fucking
one.
love that singer too.
Bro,
Yeah,
this
that
is-
motherfucker's been through some shit.
yeah, it's goddamn. Bro, New York, right?
Yes, sir.
Straight up New York, hardcore, anything and everything they put out, from Swinging Lords and Chopping Lords to Excalibur.
Still got that shit sealed. Let's go.
Still got that shit sealed on
Shit's
the second
dumb.
press Pinwheel Limited to 300 blue and black.
God damn.
I opened it. That's why it's not
Oh,
sealed.
shit.
As you should.
Sorry, dog.
It's deserved.
Facts.
Deserved. Shit goes dumb hard.
This, you got your thrash, you got your heavy metal,
Yeah.
and you got your hardcore all in one. This album is straight to the point. It's what you want. It's so good. It's been on repeat since they released the single,
Mm-hmm.
which happens to be my top track.
Mm-hmm.
Survival
Ooh.
is Vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
Run It Up, Mind Force, New Lords, they do not disappoint. And please come to New Mexico. Coming in at 3. I wish I can go back to our review and give this album a higher rating than I did.
Whoa.
Coming in, number 3, Black Midi, Hellfire.
Ah.
What? Higher than you gave that
this-
shit like a 10. What the fuck's higher than a 10? 11?
If I can give it a 15 out of 10, I would.
Ah,
This
damn.
album is so good, and I still stand by this track, Sugar
crazy.
Zoo.
It's crazy.
I still stand by this track.
It's crazy.
This
Yeah.
track is
What?
so. This album is on repeat everywhere I go. I remember driving home from Denver, trying to do this review in the car, making my partner suffer to this at the time because I was like, "Oh my god, this is what we have to listen to." Ruben said it was big brain. It's gonna go over all of our heads,
And it was.
and it was.
It did go over my head a
But-
couple of times, not gonna lie, for sure.
But this, you give this album the time of day, and it is perfect from beginning to end. The interludes are fun, the songs are fun, the lyrics are fun, the stories are, everything is there. The way he delivers, the lead singer delivers this album is perfect, and you couldn't ask for anything better. If I can give all my favorite songs, I would, but please just start off with Sugar Zoo. Start there, it does not disappoint. All right, number 2, Shout Out Isaac.
What?
Me?
Whoa.
We got Saturn.
Word.
Oh.
We got Saturn.
Let's go.
And the great record company
Go off.
of Run for Cover Records.
On
As
the
you
sleeve
should.
right now.
Right here on the sleeve.
Uh-huh.
Isaac,
Gang.
calling you and asking you if I can have this album for my pick of the review. And you gave me your blessing.
Ladies and gentlemen, what he just said was 100% true. I was very sick at the time, and he called me, and I said, "Hello?" And he said, "Hey, bitch, and I'm going to pick this fucking album. Is that cool with you?" Because I had recommended a song from that album a week prior. And I said, "You know what, Keenan? You're my boy. You know what? You pick that shit." And he said, "All right, bitch, we're listening to that shit." And you know what happened? We ended up listening to one of the greatest albums of 2022. Keenan, let him know.
Bro, coming from Run for Cover Records, this album,
Killing it. With One Step Closer, too, on there.
shout out One Step Closer.
Shout
and
out
that
One
hoodie.
Step Closer. And that hoodie. Or my hoodie. Shout out Ruben.
To the edge.
You're
and I'm
welcome.
about to
Merry
break.
Christmas.
Thank you.
Bro, this They're indie folk. Their bedroom. They literally wrote this freaking album in a cabin.
Bro, they
Like,
literally wrote
you
this
could
shit
tell.
in a fucking
And you could tell.
in a meadow with a cottage somewhere in the distance and a
Cottage
cow
cheese.
grazing on the fucking beautiful fucking scenery.
You could tell. And that shit goes
Bro,
dumb hard.
album's about heartbreak and overcoming it
Yup.
and trying to move on.
Yup.
And lesbian love.
It's perfect. Her voice is amazing.
Oh.
The band behind her is amazing.
Oh.
Everything is amazing about this album.
Yup.
Literally fall asleep to this album every
Yes.
single night.
As you
Damn.
should.
That is why they made top 2 artists on my Spotify Wrapped. Go check the Instagram. It's there. It
Duh.
shows. If I can recommend all the songs, I would, but I can't. And I got to narrow it to one, and that is Special Power.
Oh.
Not even Radiator?
Go listen to
Not
Special
Snake?
Power.
Radiator?
Drake.
Radiator?
It's a great album. Saturn, Radiator, top songs, Special Power. Like I said, if I could recommend all the songs, I would. But Special Power has to be the one.
All right. Coming into my top 4 finally, but not the top 1 yet because we're leaving that for our last rotation. So top
Oh, thank you
4
for
to
the-
2. This would be my number 4th album ranked of the year. So top 4 album of the year. Mount My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry. What's up? Well deserved. Credit where it's due. This guy got snubbed off a Grammy. He's not in the conversation, which is super unfair. He is one artist that has progressively throughout the years been better throughout his whole discography. Every year gets better lyrically, beat wise, fucking overall better. From the moments where I've heard threats from his Florida rap days in the trenches to now to a fucking album so perfectly executed from track 1 to the last track. This is I think a perfect like 9 out of 10 album. The only thing that stops it from being a 10 out of 10 is probably the features. I think he could have had a lot better features. That's it. This album has 2 songs that are very close to my heart, is X-Wing and Walking. 2 songs that I could literally cry to. They could play it at my fucking deathbed and I would be okay with that. My 3rd album, so top 3, we're getting to the top 3 now.
Mhm.
Top 3 is Heroes and Villains Metro Boomin. This shit came out swinging from left motherfucking field, bruh. Thanks to my boy Ruben. Put
Yup.
me on. I've heard of this album. I knew it was coming out. I was like, it's just another fucking DJ Khaled album, bro. Like, come on, like this shit. Ruben came in
Metro
like,
different,
yo.
bro.
Ruben came in like, yo, this shit's heat. You need to listen to it. That night I left, yo, they had a fucking Mac Wayne's fucking song called I Don't Want to Know, like cover remix. Oh my god, dude. Creepin' with 21 Savage, The Weeknd. That's all I need.
That's it.
That shit slapped.
And Young Thug.
Young
Young Thug
Metro
gave the
Spider.
best song. Yeah, Metro Spider.
It is
insane.
extremely fucking good. Extremely good. And then if you play the album from front to back, that song goes into the next song perfectly fine. Perfectly.
Oh.
That B switch goes dumb hard. That's how it is on every track. With Future, Travis Scott, and Don Toliver.
Mhm.
From the moment with John Legend, when you hear John Legend on the track to the last fucking song, perfect, man.
And then the way
Perfect.
that song leads into the
The following one? Yeah.
into the second song with
Yep.
Future.
Perfect.
Superhero. I think it
Superhero?
is. Oh my god, dude.
This album is exactly what DJ Khaled should be doing, but he's wiped, he is trashed, he is washed, he is, what does he say? What's his little slogan? Who did it best or something like that?
We the best.
Yeah.
You are not the best, sir. Sit the fuck down.
Damn.
Eat your club sandwich and sit the fuck down, bruh.
What?
Do your little two-step.
His pants.
Sit the fuck down. His
Eat your wife's pussy for once.
Yeah.
And sit down.
Oh,
Sit down.
Whoa.
He don't eat pussy. He don't eat pussy for.
Oh, is that what he
for-
says?
Yeah, he thinks it's beneath him.
We
Oh,
the
what a
best?
lame.
No. Metro Boomin the best, son. Because this man kept a whole fucking algorithm. He kept the fucking 4 artists that he vibes with, that he has the bangers with, that he has the best chemistry with, and kept them on all the same track instead of getting everyone in the fucking game, every feature in the fucking game, people we haven't heard in 20 years on the tracks. He kept the 4 motherfuckers that he has the best chemistry with. It's like a motherfucking, it's like Argentina. You have a whole fucking soccer team, World Cup champions that have the best chemistry. So, came in from left field, bro. Came in from left field. It's on repeat. That shit goes that's some perfect shit. Metro Boomin, you did not disappoint with that shit. Number 2 is Word to My Boy, Keenan, because I had the same shit as my number 2,
Shit.
the best hardcore album. And it was hard choosing a hardcore album, but I need to throw it in there. Mind Force, New Lords, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Shit goes dumb hard. The reason why it's my favorite hardcore album drop of the year is because how long it is. A lot of the motherfuckers dropped 4 tracks, 3 tracks, 5 tracks. These motherfuckers came out with the whole ass fucking 10-track album. It's only 17 minutes, but 17 minutes of straight New York hardcore, and that shit covers every track of metal, thrash, progressive, and hardcore, nonstop. That shit is getting get your blood boiling. Perfectly length, I think, in my opinion. 17, maybe throw in an extra track, have that shit round off at 20 minutes. Perfect. We'll love to see them live. You know that's just gonna be a nonstop rampage live, but it's honestly,
Kickbox.
yeah, literally.
Roll through.
What's your
That
favorite
will-
Uh,
song?
Which is
New Lords straight off the rip. Straight off the rip. I did,
Yeah, it's
and
my
if
favorite one, too.
if I didn't say Metro Boomin, it's Creepin'. Creepin' is just because that cover they executed it so well. But New Lords is my Mind Forces favorite track. That shit starts off with the banger.
Leading off my 4 through 2 picks is gonna be Diaspora Problems by Soul Glow. This is okay. I just want to talk about, boys. Can we please talk about the show that we went to? Soul
There's-
Glow opening for Show Me the Body. Was Soul Glow? Did they not almost steal the show?
I would argue that they did steal the show.
They did steal the show in my book.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think to a lot of people they did.
Yeah, I would argue that they did.
This fucking Them Live was one of the dopest shows that we saw this year, and honestly, one of the dopest bands that I've seen live ever. Like, the energy is unmatched, the fucking raw talent is unmatched, and that not only translates to a live performance, but it translates to this album as well. Super hard, super fucking fast-paced, hard-hitting. Like, the vocalist, I know a lot of people have issues with the vocalist because he's very like non-trained, very like high-pitched screaming type of style, but dude, I think that just like lends itself perfectly to the music. I love like the political themes in the lyrics. I love the electronic influence in the instrumentals. I love the hip hop influence in the instrumentals. It's just like this album encapsulates the struggle of the people so well, and I can't think of anything, at least this year, that does it any better. Soul Glow came out with something really special, dude, and I'm really excited to see what they come out with in the future. It's something that has been in rotation for a really long time, and honestly, leading into next year, I don't think it's gonna leave my rotation at all. My top track is gonna be it's gonna be a left field pick. It might not be the most popular pick. It's gonna be Driponomics. Fucking my second pick would probably be Gold Chain Punk.
Yeah.
But dude, Driponomics, I love that like fried fucking overly based out trap beat. That shit is so fucking hard, dude. Driponomics is insane. That rapper that they have featured, she goes hard as shit on that track. So yeah, Driponomics, number 1 overall. Number 4 overall, Diaspora Problems by Soul Glow. Number 3, tell me if you guys know about this, because I haven't seen this shit anywhere, and honestly, it's kind of insulting, and it's kind of pissing me off. Because why the fuck is this album not being talked about?
Ooh.
It's the album Flood by Stella Donnelly.
I don't know anything about that.
Bro,
Dude, Keenan, tell me.
please. This woman deserves all the praise
Exactly.
because
Why?
Why?
Because that first album of hers really popped off during the time when she released it, which was like the summer of 2017. The perfect time to release this album. She's boppy. She's great. She has great hooks. She can sing her ass off. It's super catchy, but it's just not catchy enough to be on the radio, and it's annoying. So it makes her indie, and then she falls into the cracks. Just
that
like
has to be
every
it.
other big indie artist.
Marketing.
So 5 years later, what do you guys think? Is it or do all those same things still apply? Is she still
A little bit.
like a marketing nightmare? What's her deal?
Well, I don't think she's a nightmare specifically because I think she has marketability, but I think she still falls in that same vein of indie. And well, we have Band of Horses. Okay, what other fucking indie artists? Phoebe Bridgers, maybe. What other artists get that big that are within that indie realm? Not many. You know what I mean? And for her, especially with this album, because this album starts off a little bit more fast-paced, a little bit more like indie pop, but after those 2 tracks, it gets really slowed down. It gets a lot more mellow. It gets a lot more dreamy. That shit's not marketable. So I think and from what I've heard, is that people don't like this album as much because it goes for a more stripped back, acoustic, laid back kind of sound. That's fucking crazy to me, honestly, because I think she fits in this sound perfectly. I don't know how anybody can see this album as a regression. I see this as a step forward. This shit is so damn good. Her talent speaks for itself. You know what I mean? Like, you can market this shit to damn near anybody. It drives me nuts that this shit isn't on anybody's list. I don't understand how this isn't on, like, I don't understand how this shit isn't bigger than it is, man. And then I think you kind of have artists in the same vein, such as like Phoebe Bridgers, who are a lot more popular. So maybe those bigger artists kind of overshadow the artists that fall in that same realm. But in my opinion, Stella Donnelly needs to be as big, if not bigger. My top 3 albums are 10 out of 10 front to back, but so this rounds it out. This is a perfect 10 out of 10 from front to back, dude. I can't get enough of this shit. My favorite track from this is going to be the 4th track, Underwater. Coming in at number 2 is going to be an album that I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about a lot.
Yeah.
This is, from the beginning I listened to it, I knew it was going to make my top 5. I
Yup.
100% knew it was.
Yes, sir.
Keenan, you raising your hand?
Mac
Bon-
Ayers.
Huh?
Bon Jovi.
Mac Ayers.
No. Okay, hey, no, real shit though. He's releasing something next year. I'm making you fuckers sit down for that.
Alright.
We're going to listen to it.
Bon Jovi?
I thought we had
Hey,
it.
no.
I thought we
Bon
had it.
Jovi would be tight though.
I love Bon Jovi.
Fontaine.
Fontaine's DC, baby. Skin
Oh yeah, you
Fia.
did say that. He has been talking about it all fucking year.
This is the peak of post-punk. This is
Fontaine
what-
DC.
This is the peak. This is what, there's very few artists to me that have reached the peak. Fontaine's is up there. Shame is up there. Squid is up there.
Ooh.
And honestly, they're a little bit newer, but I really like GOA Express.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah. But Fontaine's DC with Skinty Fia, this has been like, it's everything that like post-punk encapsulates, you know what I mean? It's everything that I think the genre stands for. It's very optimistic sounding. It's very emotional. You have deeper cuts that are a lot more like somber sounding. It's just a well-rounded album. And again, just like Stella Donnelly, nobody has this shit in their top 10. Nobody has this shit in their top 20. It's driving me nuts. How the fuck is nobody talking about this, man? It's fucking crazy.
They don't have good taste like you do.
Hell
What kind
no.
of genre is it?
Post-punk.
Post-punk.
Fontaine's is one of the biggest bands within the realm of post-punk. You know what I mean? They're way above Shame. They're way above they're probably about the same as Viagra Boys. They're probably on the same level. But
And Viagra Boys was on Jimmy Kimmel.
facts. Fontaine's was on Jimmy Kimmel too, bro.
Well, fuck the new world.
Facts. I agree. But it's just like it's an album that I just can't get enough of, dude. It's
You have been talking about it for a fucking while.
exactly ever since this shit came out, dude. If I would have known that I liked this as much, I would have recommended it for us to review because I would have really liked to hear your guys' thoughts on this. But yeah, I can't say enough about this album, man. I am so glad to have heard this. I am so glad to have witnessed their growth as a band. From A Hero's Death to this, A Hero's Death was really good, but I feel like this was such a huge step. I don't know, dude. This album just does something for me, and I can't, I can't really put it into words. Just listen to it. I might be on my own. Maybe there's a reason why people aren't putting in their top 10s and 20s, Maybe I'm just by myself on it, but hey, fuck it, bro. This
I'll
shit
listen
is
to
good.
it.
Favorite track? And like Marco said, this is one of my favorite tracks of the whole year. Honestly, it might be my number one track of the whole year is Roman Holiday.
Perfect.
And
Perfect.
Get on it, boys.
with that, we have teased you long enough. Isaac, you know what? Hey, wait. I believe we share the same album overall. Is that right, sir?
I do believe that is true,
All
sir.
right. Well, if you don't mind, I will do the honors, okay?
Yes, sir.
Me and Isaac share the sentiment of the number one album of 2022. You already know what the fuck it is. Drake and 21 Savage, Her Loss.
As you should. As you should. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I knew it.
I knew it
Banger
too.
after banger.
You fucks.
I knew it.
I know. I knew it.
We're trolling. Dude, come on. If you follow us, you already know what the fuck it is. Ants from Up There, Black Country New Road, number one overall, baby.
I liked Her Loss more.
Shut up.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Dude, at the risk of sounding pretentious, I just think that this is like unequivocally 100% like non-biased. It's just a classic. It's a modern classic, dog. I don't understand how this can't be seen as that. And I know we were talking about some albums earlier that, you know, we played a lot and then we kind of like fell off of it. We didn't listen to it as much. That's kind of how this was. I kind of stopped listening to this for a little bit. But then when I came back to it, I was like, no. It doesn't matter if I took like a month or 2 or 3 months off. This shit is a modern classic. This shit has not faltered in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, I can't disagree with my man Ruben right here. This man said it was a classic. It's a classic. I'm not just saying that because he said that. I'm not just saying that because I said that. I'm saying that because that's what it is. Because motherfucking Ants from Up There? Are you kidding me? Okay, let's just break it down real quick. All right. You start the album. You're like, oh, okay. Oh, this is chill, whatever. And then it gets, you know, you start breaking it down. You know, you get Chaos Space Marine, and it's a little, you know, more hype. And then you get Concord, and then it's a little more serious. And so on and so forth. This album, ladies and gentlemen, this album makes you feel the coldest, most crippling heartbreak you've ever felt in your life. And it makes you feel like this album is tearing your heart in half. And also at the same time, it makes you feel like you're listening to somebody deal with such heartbreak alongside them. You could feel the anguish and also be a part of the anguish. You could feel the pain and also be a part of the pain. This album makes you feel like you're going through shit no matter where you go. This album will make you feel like you just broke up with the love of your life. This album will make you feel like you just transcended a new plane of existence where only love and heartbreak and somberness only exists. Only this album makes you feel like you can actually be a person dealing through grief and somebody actually relates to you for once. This album is beautiful because no other album will make you feel like you could break up with somebody and it actually gets what you feel. You can get a breakup album, quote unquote, through any means of artists, and I'm sure that they do their damnedest, and I'm sure that they try with their little, 10-track album or whatever. But this album right here, every song will make you feel that shit right in your gut. And I know it's not the happiest album, and I know it's not the most celebrated or the most fun album of the year, but it is the most impactful of the year because this album will make you feel like a breakup. It'll make you feel the heartbreak, and it'll make you feel the vengeance, the grief, the glory all in one. Because of Isaac Wood and the rest of the band, because through every instrument and through every lyric, you could just feel the heartbreak and the pain, and I love that shit. My God, Ants from Up There, the greatest album to breach our ears in 2022. So the top track for me has changed throughout this time. for a very, very long time, Show Me the Place Where He Inserted the Blade was number one, steady fast, and it never changed. But now,
Until
I hate to admit it, but it just might be Good Will Hunting.
Let's go! Yeah!
you just validated this man.
Let's go.
This song and this melody, you know what? I'm done. Listen to it. You'll figure it out.
You know what's funny? We do share the fact that it used to be the place where you enter the blade. That was my number one for a very long time too. But after listening to it, mine has changed as well.
Helder?
But no, Haldern is still top 3 for me. But it's Concord.
Hi, Keenan. Sir Keenan Meister.
After that, whew.
I know,
Fucking
goddamn.
mouthful.
The
For
fucking
real.
release of the
Goddamn.
century, the release of the
For real.
fucking the
Might as well
millennia.
Yeah.
God,
Might as well
damn.
stop
Let's
making
just
music.
Stop making
Everyone-
music.
For real.
Y'all can't catch up to this shit, all right? It's been done.
Cause what?
This is it.
Isaac Woods, he's just gonna. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. Music died when Isaac Woods left fucking Black
Yeah.
Country.
exactly.
Yeah.
Y'all better,
Well,
y'all just gotta stop.
Everyone might as well kill themselves right now.
Done.
Because the
Done.
next thing you listen to is not going to be compared to Black Country
Yep,
New
let's
Road.
just wait for Daft Punk in 2024.
Yeah.
Fuck me, right?
Yeah.
God damn.
Okay, well, let's hear yours.
He's about to get shitted on here. He's about to
I
get
know,
shitted
what
on.
the fuck?
No, he's on Isaac Wood. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Does he compare his girl to a Concorde airplane? No? Alright, get the fuck.
I get the fuck out of the shed. Literally, that's how I feel too. Don't you worry.
I don't know, what the fuck?
How the fuck? am I
You
gonna
want to talk
top
about
that?
heartbreak? You
Oh,
want to talk
yeah.
about getting
You
back
want to talk
together?
about? You want to talk about
know.
heartbreak? You want to talk about getting back together?
You don't even share his
You wanna
album. What
talk
the
about-
fuck you talking about?
You want to talk about swinging in the pitch with tears running across your face?
You want
Oh.
to talk about getting
Hey.
jacked off by 3 Yetis?
Hey, because we about to do that.
Because
to
we
do that in a
about to
couple
do that in
months.
Meow
Well,
Wolf
because
in
we're
a couple
about to do
months
that
ago.
in Meow Wolf right
in
now.
this
Shit.
shed in about 20
Yup.
minutes.
I'm about to get
Oh.
It's
arrested for
cold as
larceny.
fuck.
And who is that?
Me and Isaac.
Hey, yo!
I'm talking about my album of the year.
As he should.
That catchy pop punk, sharing the same fucking band members as One Step Closer.
Ooh, go off, King.
We're going with Anxious. Little Green House. Another Run for Cover release.
Another one. Let's go.
This has to be one of the best albums that Run for Cover has ever put out. One of the best bands they've ever signed. Anxious, Little Greenhouse hits you with that Midwest pop punk. It hits you with the catchiness. It hits you with the lyrical content. It hits you with the feels. It does everything it's supposed to do. At first, this band, when they first were coming out, they were perceived as a hardcore band. And so they were on a lot of hardcore bills. And so it was cool because I feel, for me personally, they were kind of like that little gateway from the pop punk to the hardcore, which kind of paved the way for bands like No Pressure, who we also got this year. And it was just cool to see like that diversity on labels. And also, you know what? One Step Closer as well. Because, again, I feel
Yes,
like it's
sir.
kind of frowned upon to get bands like this, that pop punk catchy style on these hardcore bills. Because whatever it be, the gatekeeping in the hardcore community, you know,
It's that tough guy bullshit.
that tough guy mentality, you know, this kind of music is kind of frowned upon. But it's cool to see that these crowds are coming out for all types of bands, and they're actually still getting down for bands like Anxious, bands like No Pressure, and One Step Closer.
Mhm.
I just can't wait for that next style of pop punk, because I feel like this is it.
Oh, you hit it on the fucking
This is
nail.
We
On
got
the nail.
We got
Yes.
we got
Go off.
Parker Cannon of No Pressure, who's about to tour with the Story So Far,
Mhm.
with Blink-182. And so it's going to be great to see all these new fans coming in for, you know, the Story So Far, and then finding No Pressure, and then finding Anxious and One Step Closer, and all these other poppy, hardcore sounding bands with that energy. And it's going to be fun to see what's to come after this.
Right.
I feel like it's just gonna blow up from here, and like this wave of pop punk, I can't wait for it. And I feel like Anxious is leading the way, and this is why they are my number one. They're angsty, and at the same time, you are crying, tears, and you're swinging, tears, and it's gonna be perfect.
Dude, I can't wait for that shit.
Yo, shout out to Isaac Hell of Knock Loose for throwing this on his top 10.
For sure, even
True.
that. See, even that.
Cause
They're being recognized.
they're
in that.
being
they're
recognized
being
in that.
recognized. Their style that they're kind of like taking a step towards is a little different. It's kind of like a little softer. They have released a couple of singles since Little Greenhouse has come out, but nonetheless, this album is just it's fun, and I kind of took a step back from pop punk because I really felt like it was all kind of starting to blend in. It was all starting to sound the same, and there was nothing new. There was nothing fresh. I wanted, I was a little over it. That's kind of why I took the dive into more hardcore, and then to have Anxious come up and like the other bands with the similar sound, it made it fun again.
Mhm.
And so that's why I say I can't wait to see like this new style of this like pop punk / hardcore sound.
Oh, it's extremely fun. Emotional roller coaster.
Oh, definitely.
Emotional roller coaster. That's an
Again.
amazing first pick.
We're gonna be in Meow Wolf here in a couple months with Drug Church
Oh, we're gonna get
and
turned
Prince
to
Daddy and
that
the
shit.
Hyena.
And I'm so sad that we missed Drug Church the first time, so I'm so pumped.
But we're gonna catch them with
Yeah.
Anxious though.
There
Yup.
we go.
Way better.
It's gonna be so much fun. Get to let out everything from the 2022 year. But yes, I got to go number one. It's not gonna be the release of the century or the millennial like
I know, for real.
frickin'
Of all
Ants from out there.
time, of the fucking mankind, this is what they're gonna play at the fucking age of the apocalypse, like when God comes down raining from his unicorns
Hey,
to
but-
fight off the demons. This is what they're gonna play. They're gonna play fucking Isaac Woods, fucking Black Country from New Men, fucking when they're raining upon meteors on the earth. No, but me and Kid are gonna be in the back listening to Anxious.
We're gonna be crying, swinging elbows to A Call From You, which
Yup.
is the
Yeah.
best
Yes.
track
Yes.
from this album.
Have that on repeat too,
It's my top 5 song of the year.
for sure.
That
Oh,
song
yes.
is so
That song is so good.
fucking good.
Go look at the Instagram. Go look at the Underground Treehouse podcast post. Go find my Spotify end of the year rap. Top 5 songs are all Anxious. Number 1 artist is Anxious for a reason. It's good. It's catchy. It's fun. The lyrics are good. The story behind it is good. It's sad. A Call From You hits everything. And I can't say anything else but to just go listen to it. Anxious, Little Greenhouse, my 2022 album of the year.
So that puts it in my.
So what do you have?
You know what I have, bro? You know what I have.
What do we got?
I
What
know
have.
because it was my honorable mention.
What do we? Is it one step
Yes.
closer?
It's not one. I wish they came out with an album this year. It would have been fucking. We would have been on the same boat, dude. We would have been on the
They
same.
did. It
motherfucking
was
boat.
called Little Greenhouse.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, he's not wrong. Basically the same fucking band. Yeah.
Alright.
My number 1 pick of the year goes to a well-deserved artist.
Ooh.
Again, flies under the fucking radar all the time, but that's how he likes it. He likes it like that. He likes it like that. He just wants. He has his bands. He bought his mom's a house, and he's just making music for fun of it now, just to pay the bills. That's it. My boy Vince Staples, bro. Ramona Parks broke my heart. Number
Yeah.
1 album of the year for me. And that shit slaps disgustingly hard, front to back, beginning to end, sideways, left to right, northeast to southwest. That shit goes
North,
dumb
north.
fucking hard. Yes.
North.
Oof.
Starting off with the beach, man. You're in for motherfucking chill ass fucking ride of West Coast. And I was gonna say, I'm a East Coast cat. I love East Coast rap, and I would pick East Coast any motherfucking day of the year over West Coast. But Vince Staples, Vince Staples, man, is a new breed of motherfucking West Coast that is going undefeated. My favorite fucking rapper from that side of the country, hands down. Just because of this album, man. This album completely changed my Spotify algorithm, completely changed my daily mixes because I was listening to this album so much that holy shit. Even when you came on, I'm like, yo, it's a sign that I picked it. Because when I came to your house tonight, you were playing that shit off the rip.
Absolutely.
I'm like, yo, dude, this shit's a banger. So smooth, bro. And he does it effortlessly, it feels like. I listened to this album more than probably 20 times, and I'm still not tired of it. Listening to it on the way over here, listening to it here at your house, because you had it on vinyl, or were you playing it off your phone?
Off my phone.
Off your phone?
I want it off vinyl, but
you need
shit.
it on vinyl. When they get it
After-
on vinyl,
It's
Yeah.
gonna take a while.
I was gonna say after how long it took Keenan to get the self-titled, goddamn, it's
Yeah,
gonna take me a year.
for real. But it would be 100% worth it because holy shit. I thought that subtitle was fucking good. And then my friend Tone just hits me up. He's like, oh, I have heard that, but have you heard his new one? How? I just got done listening to his self-title. He just dropped another one. And this shit, I think, completely blows fucking the self-title out of the fucking park because of the whole just deep rooted fucking East Coast embedded fucking beats and the lyricism behind it. Holy shit, man. It's such a fucking vibe that you could be playing this shit while you're cooking, cleaning, bopping in a party with your boys. Like, it does not
Ooh.
matter what vibe it is. You could be bumping Vince Staples. That was going to have your back, bro.
100%.
Picking one track is hard. If I could recommend the first track to the sixth track is something you need to hear without skipping for sure, to lay down the fundamentals. But I do have a personal favorite track, and that is Magic.
I knew you were gonna
Magic.
pick that
Ooh.
shit.
I love Magic so much, bro. Oh, his vocals, his singing, his fucking verses on that, the beat. That's a solid track. Probably one of my favorite tracks of the year for sure. But yeah, that is my album of the year. Is Vince Staples' Ramona Parks Broke My Heart. Damn.
Good
A
shit,
fucking
boys.
clap.
You got a round
Let's
of
go.
applause.
Round of applause.
Round of applause because we ended this shit finally.
God
God
damn. Oh, I thought it was
damn.
special. My bad.
That's a very special pick.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for listening to our top 10 albums of the year. Let us know how trash our albums are.
For real.
Let us know what we missed on. Let us know what you agree on. Let us know what you guys think are your top 10 albums of the year. It's going to vary. Everybody's going to have a different type of album. So we're really interested to see in what you guys think is considered a top 10. Drop a like, give us a 5-star if you could, please. We would really appreciate that. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about the podcast. Otherwise, we'll see you next year, 2023, baby.
Yup. Take over.
Let's take over. This is our year,
Yeah.
hopefully. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys next episode later.
Bye.